In this video, I'm going to be comparing two cases for the Steam Deck. First up is the dbrand Killswitch, pictured here. And next up, we have the JSAUX PC0102 TPU protective case. The first accessory I looked up when I got my Steam Deck was a skin and a case. And with dbrand, I kind of look at them like the EK of the protective skins and cases world, where you're gonna get probably the highest quality stuff and also at the highest prices. So they're a known entity. They do high quality stuff and they charge what they're worth, which is a lot. And these days you can always find some Amazon alternative to those top brands that kind of try to offer the best of what those well-known companies do, but at a fraction of the cost. When I was looking up Steam Deck cases and skins, JSAUX kept coming up because they really emphasized their Steam Deck products. And I ended up purchasing their entry-level case for the Steam Deck. And later on, I was able to get my hands on a Killswitch because one of my buddies actually pre-ordered it and got the version with the magnet kickstand, which apparently caused issues with some versions of Steam Decks, but it's not an issue on mine. So here's my review of the two cases after having spent some time using both of them. Alright, talking about the design of the Killswitch, it has kind of a rugged, tactical look to it, and it looks like it could fit right on Batman's utility belt or something. I think they did a great job with the design. It remains pretty compact, but it has a good amount of detail built into it. You can see that the back plate is a hard plastic here that has the attached kickstand. The hand grips actually have these plastic inserts, which give you just a little bit of extra grip and tactility when you're holding it. It feels nice. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the original design of the Killswitch, which had a magnetic attachment for the kickstand. And apparently this caused issues with some earlier models of Steam Decks, and it would interfere with the fan, but I tested mine and it didn't really have issues. Alright, talking about the design of the JSAUX PC0102 case. It's just kind of like a standard shell in the shape of the Steam Deck. You can see that it's not connected where the shoulder buttons are. It's actually separated at the top. There are no extra accents and design features like with the Killswitch. The back plate is a transparent thin plastic as opposed to felt and a hard plastic on the Killswitch. So the design overall to me feels like it's adequate. There's nothing wrong with it, nothing special about it either, but it's functional and it looks fine to me. So as I mentioned earlier, the Killswitch is connected at the shoulder buttons. And this makes the installation process a little bit different than with the JSAUX case. So you need to insert the bottom half first and then kind of pull over the top portion. Now, I have a skin on mine, and on these corners, since the tolerance is so tight, what ends up happening is the edges of the Killswitch start to rough up the corners of my skin. And the Killswitch is sold with the skin by default. You can't just get the case. So to me, it seems like they'd expect users to be putting this on over the skin. And a small gripe, but it's still something I notice. My corners are messed up because when I put this case on, as you can see, it roughs up those corners. So that's just something to keep in mind. Obviously, it's not a deal breaker, but it is something that bothers me a little bit. It's probably unavoidable, but still worth mentioning in my opinion. So looking down on the top of the Steam Deck, the volume buttons are accessible, the headphone jack is accessible, the exhaust has enough space. Another small gripe I have is that the offsets are a tiny bit off because I have a skin on here, but again, it's sold with the skin. You can't get it without the skin. So as you can see, the spacing is a little off here, It's still enough that everything functions properly, but I'm still bothered by little things like that when it's sold with the skin. And if you're charging premium prices, I think it's fair to nitpick at every little thing. Installation of the JSAUX case is very simple. Just slide in the bottom and then stretch the top over. Again, these offsets are made for the Steam Deck without a skin attached. So as you can see, it's a little bit off and I kind of have to stretch and pull it over. Here's a closer angle of what I'm talking about. As you can see, everything is still accessible. It's just that little offset that bothers me. So the Killswitch has a more premium design. It's got these plastic inserts on the hand grips that give you more surface area and grip, and it just feels nicer in hand. The material also feels more premium. It feels like a more resilient material, but also lighter at the same time. Another thing that sets the Killswitch apart from the JSAUX case is this felt back on the back plate. And then the actual back plate is a harder plastic as well, where on the JSAUX case it's just a transparent thin plastic. It still gets the job done, but just a more elegant solution on the Killswitch. One other thing I want to mention is that the Killswitch packaging is super premium, got really nice foam and padded cardboard. The type of box I feel like I can't throw away. As I mentioned earlier, and I think you can see here, the material is thicker and more rigid on the Killswitch. That's what she said. And it just feels more premium, feels more expensive. This makes me think of that guy in Jurassic Park.
Are they heavy?
Yeah.
Then they're expensive. Put them back.
Such a classic. Still in my top 5 of all time. And we'll just not talk about any of the sequels. So they both have kickstands. The Killswitch's is actually detachable by magnet, as I mentioned a few times. This is the initial version of the Killswitch that was replaced with a mechanical connection instead of a magnetic. So it can sit at different angles. There's no locking on the lever. It just kind of uses the weight of the deck itself, and it works fine. Here's the kickstand for the JSAUX case. It's just a little slab of plastic that slots into the back plate, and it can sit at a few different angles. It works best at the max angle, and it does not have a locking mechanism. So one issue I had with both cases is that they don't fit into a standard size dock, which again is made for offsets for the deck without a case. So if I ever want to use my deck with a USB dock, then I need to put the kickstand down and then attach the limited length USB-C cable and then kind of just maneuver the dock around wherever it fits. It's kind of annoying, but that's the situation with both cases. In terms of pricing, the Killswitch can be purchased for $60 right now. You must purchase a skin and kickstand with the Killswitch. So that total comes out to about $60. The JSAUX case is $13 shipped with the 10% coupon right now. So if I were to give an overall grade to each of these cases, the JSAUX gets a B-, meaning that it's still above the average C, and it's doing some things pretty well, and there are some things it can do even better to get in that A range. Okay, so nothing wrong with it. It's a really good product, and I think it provides a lot more value than the Killswitch. Overall grade, I think the Killswitch is an A because it takes things a step further, and obviously the price reflects that, and you can only buy it with the skin as well, so that's an added cost. So for those looking for the most bang for the buck, the JSAUX case is great. It looks awesome. It performs well. It does everything you need it to. If you want a more premium option with a cooler design, a little better materials, a little more attention to detail, then I'd go with the Killswitch. So that's where I'm going to end this one. I hope this information was helpful for you. JSAUX is a great deal, and the Killswitch is the best premium option in my opinion. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate your viewership, all the likes and comments, and I will see you in the next one.